I think there's self-deprecation there, and I think there's sometimes flashes of anger there. There's confession at work. There's self-abasement. There's memory. There's a strong will to immortalize the beloved, an endless fascination on about the beloved, the beloved haunting Shakespeare's thoughts at night time, not being able to sleep. Several of the poems are about sleeplessness. There's an admiration for unconventional beauty in the sonnets, and then there's the one about his own soul. So we can't construct a moral philosophy based on Shakespeare's sonnets. I think all I can do is look at these poems in relation to self-reflection, self-knowledge, and how that might be articulated.
Yeah, this relates them to Shakespeare the dramatist, doesn't it? Shakespeare is the least didactic of writers. He's not telling people what to think. He may be showing them how to think in some ways. He's giving them examples of how people think and of how they feel. But he's not trying to inculcate. I don't think he's trying to inculcate a moral philosophy. I don't think he had a moral philosophy.
It's tempting. I mean, but some of the sonnets, of course, are little essays, which is quite different, whereby he sets up a proposition and takes it to a conclusion, and that's a different kind of way of understanding this, kind of working through, isn't it?
This is Keats territory, isn't it? Can you? What does Keats
negative
say?
capability.
Negative capability. Keats in his letters has some marvellous passages about Shakespeare in which he stresses the fact that Shakespeare, he talks about the poetic personality the poet having no personality, allowing the feelings to come through, the emotions to come through, untrammeled by moral philosophy. So I think Shakespeare is the great exponent of almost anti-philosophy. Sorry, I haven't thought this through, but I don't think Shakespeare's ever a didactic writer. He's not trying to teach lessons. He's trying to show us how to feel.
If you want just a single example of as it were, a little essay like sonnet, then 27 about sleeplessness is quite a good example of that. Weary with toil, I haste me to my bed, the dear repose for limbs with travail tired. But then begins a journey in my head to work my mind when body's work's expired. For then my thoughts, from far where I abide, intend a zealous pilgrimage to thee, and keep my drooping eyelids open wide, looking on darkness which the blind do see, save that my soul's imaginary sight presents thy shadow to my sightless view, which, like a jewel hung in ghastly night, makes black night beauteous and her old face new. Lo, thus by day my limbs, by night my mind, for thee and for myself no quiet find. Here's my problem, here's what it feels like, here's what I'm trying to do about it, can't escape it, and here's the conclusion. And one follows that through very clearly, I think, in the sonnet that I've just read, but there's several like that.